3 high schools, countless inspiring stories, a journey that takes 13 years, finally, the walk to get their diploma. Graduation Celebration 2013 is brought to you by Leo's Coney Island of Dearborn, a favorite in family dining at the intersection of Greenfield and Ford Road. Produced by School Life in conjunction with Dearborn Public Schools. Hello and welcome to Graduation Celebration 2013. I'm Rod Alawan. The 2012-2013 school year is in the history books, and what a legacy this year will leave behind. Dearborn Public Schools seniors earned a combined $8 million in college scholarship money. 3 of our students will be attending Ivy League schools in the fall, including Harvard and Stanford. Many more students will stay right here in Michigan and become Wolverines, Spartans, Chippewas, or Warriors. Right now, we want to highlight all of our graduating seniors and their great accomplishments, and also tell you about some of the more unique stories that happened at our schools this year. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Graduation Celebration 2013.
Okay, that was good. Okay.
We celebrate the joy of our achievement, but we must not forget to give thanks for all who brought us here.
I'm excited and nervous at the same time.
I'm feeling really good. We're graduating onto bigger and better things.
You've received a great education. Take advantage of it. Build a legacy that you can be proud of.
Class of 2013, please stand up and help me thank your parents, please.
Gregory, Juwan, Samuel.
We cannot waste the talents put into our hands. Find your talent, write them down, and work a lifetime to master them.
Steve Jobs once said, "Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to do work that you love."
And for you graduates that'll be attending HFCC or U of MD, a friendly reminder that being late for class is not a defense to any of the large number of speeding or parking tickets that await you.
As you start your career at local colleges and faraway colleges, don't forget your roots.
Nathan Allen Bone.
Always lean on the values your parents instilled in you.
We're so proud of her. I'm so proud of her. This has been an incredible journey, and we've done it together. I'm very proud of her.
Congratulations, everyone!
I'm so proud of her. This means I can tell how happy I am now. I'm so proud of him. I just can't wait to see him.
And he has a big support system.
Agreed?
Today is the first day of the rest of our lives.
Today I feel ecstatic.
Today I feel excited.
Today I feel empowered.
It's just like yesterday I was dropping them off for kindergarten.
Today I feel accomplished.
Today I feel pumped. 2013.
And we will have more highlights from our commencement ceremonies coming up later on in the show. It's a celebration of 1,200 plus graduates, including over 500 alone from Fortson High School, where the motto here is pride, tradition, and legacy. And the principal here lives that every day in every way.
I want to congratulate everyone for a phenomenal year.
Yusuf Musalam is the principal at Fortson, a place he knows intimately since he went to school here, taught here, and now is the principal. And the things that happen at Fortson are nothing short of amazing. This year's seniors earned over $3 million in scholarships. The student body served over 10,000 hours of community service, and raised over $30,000. But Musalam makes it clear he doesn't do it alone.
My philosophy is very simple. We lead as a team, and decisions must be made that are going to be the betterment for the entire school. The beautiful thing about Fortson is there's always a team of people that step up, have a great idea, and then they take on that idea and they run with it.
The 2012-2013 school year has been one of the best, and I truly believe it's because all of you truly believe in pride, tradition, and legacy.
And Musalam says the students at Fortson are very special too.
We are the epitome of an American high school. Our students have the dreams and the ambitions as every other teenager in the United States of America. But when we have students that come to us, to the Dearborn Public Schools, who know very limited English, but graduate from our high schools, Fortson High School in particular, with a diploma, move on to college or university, and become staples in the community, that's what Fortson is. When you talk to our students, you see something that test scores can never illustrate. You see a glare in their eye, this dream, this ambition to be the best.
Ladies, come on, let's go. We got to get ready for finals. Good morning.
And as long as we continue to establish positive memories,
Come on.
students, I guarantee you, will subconsciously find success because they're always going to be striving for something bigger than themselves.
But Musalam doesn't plan to stop working to make Fortson a better place.
There are different things that are happening because there are so many people involved in the process. And it's not, hey, things are getting better, we're going to stop. We're continuously reevaluating and reanalyzing the things that we're doing to make things smoother, to make things better. Now, are we perfect? Far from it. Do we have a lot of areas we need to improve on? Definitely. But we're at the point at Fortson right now where our biggest enemy is going to be ourselves, because we cannot become complacent.
And we think it's safe to say that complacency will not be an issue here at Fortson High School when you consider 3 students from this school will be attending Harvard University this coming fall. For one of them, the road was very challenging, but so is she. Her name is Marwa Harp.
My family, they've always been struggling economically, financially. So they saw the life they were living, and they didn't want this for their children. And they knew at a very young age that we all liked studying, we all liked learning and all that stuff. So they kind of stressed that in our heads, that academics is going to stay with you forever. So we all got together and decided we're going to take school seriously, we're going to take community service seriously. And the reason we got involved in community service also is because our family received a lot of financial support, and during the holidays, organizations like the Salvation Army helped us.
That help made Harp realize she could play a similar role, but the first step was getting involved.
Fortson is filled with opportunities. I really mean take advantage of all of them. Join band, take art classes.
In fact, Harp took her own advice and joined the band as a way to honor a very special person in her life.
I like to call my grandpa the Renaissance man because he was everything. He was a musician, he was a veteran, he had his own ham radio station, he liked to make home movies. I just saw how established he was, how he came and made all this, gave all this opportunities to his family. He was my dad's dad, and how much he's done with it. And after he died, I'm keeping his legacy alive.
And make sure not to look back and say, I wish.
The one thing I regret doing is not joining clubs my freshman year. That's a really good entryway to leadership positions later on in high school. You want to be involved early on so you get the hang of things.
And Harp wants everyone to understand there are things you can do to make sure you succeed in high school and beyond.
Rejection shouldn't be a factor for people to not apply. It really shouldn't, because in the end, the work that you've done to apply is not going to be wasted. That thing in your head that tells you what if is always a lot worse than, hey, I didn't get in.
In fact, Harp actually applied for over 50 scholarships, and that time and effort earned her over $500,000 in scholarships.
For every 12 scholarships you might apply for, you'd probably only get one. People sometimes see that they don't get the first one, so they just stop applying, which is a really, really bad way to think about it. Because, again, you're competing against a lot of people for all these scholarships. Have good relationships with your teachers. For recommendation letters, they're a lot more important than you think they are.
And after Harvard, what does Harp have planned?
I want to come back, especially Dearborn. I wouldn't want to do it anywhere else.
And we wish Marwa Harp the very best as she enters her freshman year at Harvard University this fall, and we look forward to seeing you back here in Dearborn sometime soon. Well, sometimes high school just isn't easy. Some students need a wake-up call, and that's exactly what Colette Paulicki got at the end of her junior year. As a freshman at Edsel Ford High School, socializing was more important to Paulicki than studying, and that trend continued into her sophomore year when she failed 6 classes. She was able to make up those credits through summer and other after-school programs, but still, Paulicki didn't see it as a problem until her sister and best friend graduated last year. Paulicki realized she would not graduate unless she changed her ways. So she met with her counselor, and together, they scheduled the future.
I'm sure she caught a lot of the, the low-grade conversations at home as she went through the years. But our goal this year was just to kind of line it up and get her momentum and her believing that she could do it. And she did it.
And Paulicki sees her success as a message to others who might be in the same situation.
This really is your future. You may think that these little math problems or stuff isn't going to depict you graduating on time, but all of this work really is what you need to do to graduate. It really is what your future is.
Paulicki plans to attend community college and then transfer to a 4-year college. She wants to be a translator. And Colette is just a great example of students having to overcome odds to graduate high school and move on with their lives. So we absolutely wish her and other students the very best as they do that. It's a powerful program that earns high school graduates an associate's degree. It's called Henry Ford Early College. The program began in 2007 with the goal of providing students the education needed to enter the healthcare field. Dearborn Public Schools, Henry Ford Community College, and Henry Ford Health System are all partners in this program. Here's how it works. Students start taking tuition-free college courses as high school freshmen in addition to their normal high school classes. By the end of their senior year, they're taking all college courses. This year, Henry Ford Early College graduated 36 students. Congratulations. Still ahead on Graduation Celebration 2013, a senior who's turning wrenches and many heads in the process. Plus, how a senior-led initiative added up to success for some of our youngest students. Teachers at the Michael Berry Career Center wanted their students to do more than learn. They wanted to make them into leaders. So they created this leadership committee, and the group found a unique way to honor graduates. The students thought graduation chords would be the perfect answer.
I hope that the other classes, the other students at Michael Berry who will be graduating soon will feel motivated to actually try to get this chord and feel that they can do this.
What's cool about the Michael Berry chord is that we have to be involved with Michael Berry to be able to receive this chord.
It makes me feel that I have the guts, kind of say, to make it happen. I kind of went for it, and I care for other kids because I wanted a chord just as bad as the kids wanted a chord.
Blackburn, Thacker, and Morad researched different chords, talked to district administrators, and finally got approval. Students must have a 3.5 GPA to qualify for these chords. Teacher Michael Riggs is very proud of the life lesson these students learned.
But really it's about creating citizens, students who can go out there and make a difference in the community. And the only way they're going to do that is if they realize that they're connected to it by doing community service and that they can be leaders and take charge of those programs.
This was the first graduation ceremony. Deserving Michael Berry students got to wear these cords. It's a multicolored green, gold, and white. Green represents the health, hospitality, and technology at the center. Gold represents the prosperity students will have in life. And white represents morals and values. The principal at Edsel Ford High School just wrapped up his first full year. Here's what he has to say about it and what he has planned for this coming fall.
Good luck on your finals. Good morning, ladies. My style is to roll up my sleeves and jump right in.
And that's just what Principal Scott Casebolt did when he took the reins of Edsel Ford High School last fall. He empowered teachers and students to move to the next level.
The teachers here are great. They're so excited to learn new skills and apply new things. They want the strategy, they want the skill, and they want to go to the back to the classroom and apply it. The big picture for that is leading to differentiated instruction, reaching all your learners and maximizing student achievement. From what I've seen, again, from the teachers in this building, is the incredible effort and dedication to add these knowledge and skills to bring them to the classroom. We've already seen it. We've seen I can statements on the whiteboards or on the Promethean boards. You've seen these things in bits and pieces showing up in lessons, and then now we're at the point where this year was about having people from the outside come in and contribute these skills to us. Now it's about us saying, okay, here's our tools, here's our toolbox, let's go to work. And we can practice it and play with it and use it and then come back and reflect on it. Hey, this worked, this didn't work.
And to build on that toolbox, Case-Bolt plans to launch Positive Behavior Support, or PBIS, when school starts in September.
School needs to be a safe place. School needs to be a place where every child can experience success and maximize their potential. This is a unifying thing for the students. It's a unifying thing for the staff. We already have the posters made up. That's our reference point. Those are those teachable moments. Students and teachers know that everybody knows the expectations, but then everybody also knows the consequences, and that includes the parents as well. For these actions.
Following the PBIS rules, students can earn rewards like tickets to pro sporting events, Etzel Ford gear, or a preferred parking spot. In the end, Case-Bolt wants everyone in the district to know one thing.
Really, for me, from the beginning, I've said it's about creating a brand and contributing to the legacy at Etzel Ford. We ready for those finals, boys?
Mr. Case-Bolt had a lot of success with PBIS when he was a principal at O.L. Smith Middle School, so we certainly wish him and his staff the very best this coming fall at Etzel Ford High School. One of the more popular classes here at Dearborn Public Schools is Auto Shop. And this year, one of the students you might not expect to see in class was turning wrenches and changing tires.
You check for the spring right here. Make sure this plate is good.
That's Marissa Mitchell from Etzel Ford High School, one of only 23 students in Michigan to win the Breaking Traditions Award. This award was created to recognize students who have been successful in career and technical education programs that are non-traditional for their gender.
Do you need help getting that off? I guess girls got to do it.
That's right. Mitchell won the award for her work in auto shop. Cars are her passion.
I first started getting into cars when I was younger, like when I was 7 years old. It was always a big interest to me to know how things work, how the engine works, what the engine does, how it makes everything run. It was more like a bond with my dad, so I got to be around my dad, go to car shows, do the Autorama.
A girl in auto shop turned more than a few heads.
Yeah, just be careful, guys, because I set them down.
You're telling me to be careful with this car? For real?
But Mitchell knew she could hold her own.
Guys are going to be guys. If you're going to be in a class like that, you just got to take it. And if they're going to say something to you, you might as well just go along with it and make the joke more funny.
And the guys in class actually found Mitchell a great resource.
I underestimated her, obviously, and I go to her for help half the time.
I'm a little jealous, I'll say that, of her knowledge. But once you get to know her and once you get to know that she's knowledgeable about it, it's not any different than having a boy in here.
Fellow students were not the only ones who noticed Mitchell's abilities.
She picked up things very quickly, assumed a leadership role very quickly, and by the time she was a sophomore, she was already assisting other students who were actually older than her. Pretty good on the secondary path. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get that drum back on and let's get this wheel torqued at 80, all right?
To me, it really comes down to if you really believe in your dreams and you really want to pursue something, if you work your hardest at it and ignore what people say, regardless if it's mean, rude, anything like that, then you can do what you want to do in life. And pretty much I've succeeded to that point.
And Marissa Mitchell indeed did that. She will be studying mechanical engineering at the University of Michigan. Well, as we mentioned at the top of this program, Leo's Coney Island of Dearborn played a big role in bringing you these stories to your living room. They've been a part of our success since they opened their doors almost 5 years ago. We recently had a chance to sit down and talk to them about why they care so much about Dearborn Public Schools.
So we try to support everybody. We connect churches. We do so many fundraisers for all cancer disease, for kids, for schools, for classes, like, you know, and all kinds, you know, all people like music. We do fundraiser for, you know, special classes. I cannot count how much fundraiser we do every year. Like every week there's 2 or 3 fundraisers. We try to make everybody happy and support everybody. That's it. It's you know, way to connect with the community. All the kids, they come here, they, you know, they good kids. It's a new generation in general. This is where you're raising. This is, you know, when you're here for like 10, 15 years, these kids, they come to school, they're gonna get older, they're gonna have families one day, and they're gonna, you know, keep coming. They're gonna bring their kids. People are very supportive in Dearborn. You know what I mean? Every fundraiser, people like to support. You know, like if you have fundraiser for this class, other classes will come. It's not only like individual parties. Everybody support everybody. You support, they support you. That's how it goes. You know what I mean? Keep doing this, people keep coming, and good food, good service, decent prices. So everybody happy, and we do good. We gain new customers every day. People love what we do, and keep it going like this.
And thank you very much to Leo's Coney Island of Dearborn for supporting Graduation Celebration 2013. We appreciate your support, as always. High school clubs are a big part of the high school experience. But one club at Dearborn High School was all about helping some of our younger students with one of the 3 R's.
So every time you get a question correctly, you get to eat 1 M&M.
They call it the Math Club. Students from Dearborn High School spent 1 day every week working on math with students at Oakman Elementary.
Because we just add 8 to the previous number. Okay, so you win that round because 48 trumps all the other cards.
The high school students learned about the need from the principal at Oakman and then figured out a way to help.
I always appreciate out-of-the-box thinking because we can't keep doing the same things in education, expect different results.
Okay, so 6 minus 2 minus 2? All right, good.
When we instill the belief that a child can do anything, they will believe it themselves.
Did you get it?
5.
5. Good job.
And these students really did learn to believe.
When I was doing math for multiplying big numbers, really hard, but when they came along, it really helped me.
It's the way they teach it.
Yeah.
What's the way they teach it?
Like exciting.
First, it's easier for us. They mix like math. It was fun.
My first test, one of them was on story problem fractions. I didn't get a good grade, but after the Wednesday that they had taught us, like, and about the fractions and stuff, multiplying and dividing and adding and subtracting, the next test we had, I passed.
This team effort added up to some very important life lessons for the tutors as well.
The chord pales in comparison to when a child tells you, oh, I think this is fun now because you were here. I mean, I'd take that statement over a chord any day.
None of that matters if you can't share what you know. The reason why we're learning is to make a difference in the world.
The kids were infectious. They really wanted to learn from us, and they knew we had something to tell them. 15, 3, 5.
The high school team was made up of mostly seniors, but a couple of juniors who participated say they will continue the program next year. Coming up on Graduation Celebration 2013, one district alum was so impressed with his alma mater, he created a scholarship that's making a huge difference. And a senior's voice talents earned him a scholarship that's no joke. That and more when we come back. It's not unusual for alumni to return to his or her alma mater and create some kind of scholarship fund. And that's what one former Fortson graduate did. Bill Brem graduated from Fortson in 1947. He now lives in Virginia, but 10 years ago when he came back for a visit, he was impressed by what he saw. That inspired him to create a scholarship fund. The Brehm Scholarship is a full tuition scholarship to the University of Michigan. It covers all tuition costs, fees, and books for both undergraduate and graduate study. Now, you might expect students to be motivated by the money, but these winners could really see the bigger picture.
It pushed us and it motivated us. It was a good incentive, a great incentive, that we should also give back.
Academically, it pushed me to take more AP classes, more dual enrollment, boost up my GPA, keep all A's on my transcript. And for socially, I had to join more clubs, be more involved. He opened the doors for us, so we should open the doors for other students.
Today, there are 37 Brehm Scholars, including 22 with their bachelor's degree, 9 in medical school, and the first ever Brehm recipient from 2004, Linda Saab, just graduated from medical school. Dearborn High School has a lot going for it. Outstanding performing arts classes, winning sports teams, and a wide variety of school clubs. For the principal, it's a personal mission to always keep it top-notch.
I treat this as my home, as my kids.
Principal Chuck Boffman has a long history with Dearborn High School, a 40-year history, in fact. Boffman went to school at DHS, taught there, and is now the man in charge.
How was your first test, girls?
It was good.
My whole goal was to come back and make sure that this was an environment that other students could experience, enjoy, benefit from, and move on to say Dearborn High was a big part of my life and it prepared me. So I feel good that that's happening right now.
The key to success at Dearborn High is truly a combined effort.
As a building, as a staff, as students, as a community, we have a common goal, and that's to get our kids to be able to have choices after they graduate from high school. How are they going to be a productive, positive citizen after high school? So that home-school relationship is very important. We can't do it by ourselves here. And parents can't do it by themselves at home. Hey, Hat Man. You're lucky I like you.
And everyone works together.
It's a building that has good relationships between students and students, and students and teachers, and between teachers and parents. Everything that we do in this building, the expectations are high. And that's not just teachers asking for it to be, please try harder. It's what students want. It's what their parents want.
Boffman doesn't just have a message for his current students. He also wants to keep in touch with those who have graduated.
Please come back and share with us all your successes and to share those experiences with us and make our 1,900 kids here more prepared and ready and willing to go out into the world and do what you're doing.
And we certainly hope the graduates of Dearborn High School heed the words of their now former principal, Mr. Chuck Boffman. The Valedictorian is an honor typically awarded to the student with the highest grade point average. In 2013, Dearborn High School had 2 students who fit that top honor. This year, Lara Fawaz and Nadine Daklala were co-valedictorians. They each had a GPA of 4.5625. Daklala and Fawaz have been best friends since 7th grade and couldn't be happier to be sharing this honor.
I mean, we both just wanted the best for each other.
We were always just encouraging each other. Like, really, we weren't ever, out to get one another. We were always...
It really wasn't a competition at all.
Even till this day when we talk about it, people will come up to us and ask, how are you friends with someone you're competing with? And I just look at them and say, it's not a competition. Just whatever works for her and whatever works for me.
It really is, I just want to see her succeed.
Daklala will attend Michigan State University and Fawaz will head to the University of Michigan. The valedictorian at Fortson High School was Ali El-Rashuni. He finished with what's believed to be the highest GPA ever in school history, 4.67. And he's got a message for incoming freshmen.
As a child, I didn't see the point of school. My mom was always beating on me to do stuff, but I didn't really click until 5th or 6th grade. That's when it really picked up. With the speed you come in, that's the speed you're going to come out. You're setting up a structure that's going to support you for your 4 years of high school because it all starts in freshman year.
El-Rashuni was awarded the Brehm Scholarship but turned it down. He will attend Harvard University in the fall. Etzel Ford's valedictorian is Ahmed Haider. His GPA was 4.26. Hyder wrote down all his goals and expectations when he was a freshman at Etzel Ford and achieved every single one of them. But he says all work and no play can take its toll.
Enjoy your high school years. Looking back, I don't regret anything, but if I could go back, I would have enjoyed it a little more. Don't worry, because class ranking isn't a big deal anymore in colleges. It's more of a what you do and if you're a well overall student.
Ahmed will attend the University of Michigan on a full tuition scholarship. Great job there. He plans to become a cardiovascular surgeon someday. Congratulations to all our valedictorians. Still ahead on Graduation Celebration 2013, band, arts, choir, and video. It's all part of Dearborn High School's award-winning performing arts program. Plus, peacocks, squirrels, and other animals are part of the courtyard at one of our other schools. We'll take you to the place where you can talk to the animals. An exciting new program kicks off this fall at Dearborn Public Schools. It's a chance for students to earn 2 years of college free. The program is called the Henry Ford Collegiate Academy. Here's how it works. Students must meet certain benchmark scores in English, math, reading, and on the state plan test their sophomore year. Once they do, they will qualify for 2 years of free college beginning their junior year. Now, during the first semester of their junior year, students will take 1 college course, the second semester 2. In their senior year, most of their classes will be at Henry Ford Community College. It's a program that's paying dividends for students and the district alike.
It means that I get to go to college at no cost, and I get to graduate, and shortly after I'll get an associate's degree with it. So that's really great.
Getting kids in college, no expense to parents. This is a real value for Dearborn taxpayers. This will make people want to come to Dearborn schools even more than before.
So far, nearly 70 students have applied for the program. If you'd like more information, please see your high school counselor this fall. Dearborn High School is in tune with the arts. For years, students in performing arts classes like advanced filmmaking, choir, band, and theater have earned awards at competitions both near and far. And each class works a little harder to be better than the last one. That hard work adds up to more than great music, though. It also boosts the grade point average. In fact, research done by School Life has shown the average GPA for performing arts students is 3.2 compared to non-performing arts students' GPA of 2.7.
No, it's not a surprise. That's something we've known as teachers all along. We just never had the hard day.
We're going to practice the way one more time.
But it's more than just a grade. The lessons provide a strong foundation for the future.
There's not a class on discipline. There's not a class on focus. It's something that you learn along the way in what you choose to be part of.
I believe when the kids have success at that, it just teaches them, I think, an approach to learning other things.
We already know what music does to their mathematical and analytical minds. But in the theater, it opens them up, it frees them up. They have more confidence when they speak, they have more confidence when they present themselves.
The hours of practice and competition also require support from a group of important people, parents, and they're always ready to face the music.
They're my kids. It's the most important thing in my world, and they're our future, and they're going to be the future of all of us. And it's really important that they do well so that they can bring good things to the world, good things to the community. But the performing arts is the core for all of their other academics. It teaches them time management. It teaches them skills for learning with other people that have other ways of learning.
The students involved in these classes also know how special this experience can be.
I've always thought that, like, if I can make music and it can make one person think, or make one person feel, or make one person change something, or stop someone's universe for 10 seconds, why would I even try to do something else?
We all know how much music has affected us.
And it's that compulsion to want to affect somebody else through music the way music affected you. And you learn so many great team working skills. You learn how to be a good leader. Your confidence levels just increase so much. You become very focused on your time management.
Whether you go into the arts or not, it keeps you focused on whatever it is you're doing.
It kind of helps you boost your confidence and make you more sure of yourself.
It was a banner year for Dearborn High School's Performing Arts Department. Rachel Ramirez made All-State Band and will take her talents to Western Michigan University. Wesley Montgomery made All-State Choral and will take his musical talents to the University of Michigan. And Josh Blessing, as a freshman next year, will be a part of the Michigan State University Marching Band. Congratulations certainly to all these seniors for all their great accomplishments. The Magnet High School in Dearborn is an alternative for students who may need a little extra help. This year, 6 seniors graduated from the Magnet High School at the Michael Berry Career Center. All at one point had just about given up on high school, but district administrators and relatives just wouldn't let them. One of the graduates, in fact, survived despite the odds, which included her closest friends telling her that she couldn't do it.
I cried that night, but I also realized that day I was going to make something of myself and prove everybody wrong. My first report card after switching to Magnet High School was a 3.5.
Such a moving story. Each graduate survived things that may have defeated others. They made a choice, though, to improve themselves, and now they are graduates. Congratulations. One of this year's Fortson graduates used his unique talents to earn a scholarship that's no joke. Meets Ahmed Saeed. Saeed found an interesting opportunity on Comedy Central's website, an audition for a talent show. He went to the audition and won. His prize, get this, a $60,000 scholarship every year for 4 years. His talent, voice impersonation.
I got a SpongeBob laugh. Can you do that one? There's a prank call on YouTube. It's called Owner's Pranks. It's Vietnamese. It's like,
do you speak Chinese? Do you speak Chinese?
There's Mr. Balboul. I don't know if you know him, but his voice that I always copy is silence while you have 2 options. Girk, though, straight face. Hey, get to class. That's all Girk is. There's no emotion at all.
Saeed plans to attend the University of Detroit Mercy to study pre-med, and his tuition there will be $35,000 a year, so Saeed is basically getting paid to go to college, and that's no joke either. At Etzelford High School, there's a living nature preserve. To those in the know, it's called Thornley Courts, and students in the environmental science classes maintain the area. In the courtyard, you'll find peacocks, rabbits, squirrels, birds, and other wild animals running around. While some students say it's a little intimidating, most enjoy the daily brush with nature.
That's Sassy. Sassy's crazy. I don't even know what kind of animal she is. She's extremely sassy and I don't know what to do.
At first it's scary because sometimes they'll try to attack you, but then you kind of learn how to walk around them.
Seeing all the live animals out there and how they've got their own little families that live out there kind of just strengthens what we have here and all the families we've got going on.
The students hold fundraisers each year to raise money for food and bedding for the animals. And a special thanks to our photographer for being brave enough to go into the courtyard and get these fantastic shots. Thank you very much. Well, we're just about out of time. So one last time, congratulations to the class of 2013. This was a very fun group to follow and watch over the years. This group of seniors, they willed their own good fortune, driven by a promise they made to themselves years ago. A tip of the hat as well to their parents, teachers, relatives, and friends who helped this group of seniors develop heart, dedication, and class en route to their high school graduation. And now we close the curtain on Graduation Celebration 2013. We salute Leo's Coney Island of Dearborn, Dearborn Public Schools, as well as our own the men and women who made the show possible to bring you so many shining moments. For all of our partners, I'm Rod Alawan. So long from Dearborn. Graduation Celebration 2013 is brought to you by Leo's Coney Island of Dearborn, a favorite in family dining at the intersection of Greenfield and Ford Road. Produced by School Life in conjunction with Dearborn Public Schools.